everybody. Hello and welcome to Beyond Small Talk every Thursday at the 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Hour. Welcome to Beyond Small Talk. My name is Jackie Janik and I'm a women's empowerment coach helping women uncover their purpose and define their own path in the world. And today you are watching Beyond Small Talk. Real women, real conversations, elevating womankind one talk at a time. And today, I'm very excited. Our topic is going a little different than normal. It's called, oh, hi, Desi. Hi, Amina. We're talking about beauty lover, everything beauty. I mean, we talk a lot about internal beauty here and working on your inner, but let's not forget the outer. Let's not forget our outer. It could really help just enhance your confidence. So real quick, Amina Mitchell-Alexander, her handle is at AminaStyles_NYC. She's a professional hairstylist and makeup artist, fine artist, wife, mom, foodie, and entrepreneur. We'll get into some of the foodie things too, right, Amina? Everything we want to know about beauty. Let's get her on. And hello, everyone. Caitlin, Allie, Catherine, I miss you, girl. And I saw my nephew on there. Hi, Des. Tips and tools for your 12-year-old self. Hi. How are you going to come off, Desi? Anyway, we're waiting for Amina to get on, and I'm so excited to talk to her today.
Hi.
Hello. You are just stunningly gorgeous with the red and those gold earrings. Oh, my God. You look beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Hi, how are you? Thank you.
Good. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. Thank you for joining Beyond Small Talk. I'm sorry I had to update my IG and it's a little different, like the viewing, so
I am also
it happens all the time.
trying to get all set up because it's hard to figure out how I'm going to look before because this is all live.
Yes.
How low
That's why I
down.
just love a lot. Oh, the red. We had Tanya Sturl, right? From Sturl on Style.
Yes.
I had her on last season, but I was working with her in my day job, and she was just talking about what to wear on Zoom calls, and if you put on a print shirt, what to do with your accessories and everything. So I took some of her tips today.
Right. Well, I went a little crazy today, but that's how I was kind of feeling. Um, so how are you? How are you doing today?
Great, thank you. And I'm excited to talk about these things. I always love talking about beauty and fashion and just hair and makeup and, inner beauty we talk a lot about. I was talking about on Beyond Small Talk, and I want to acknowledge that this week has been a heavy week in the country and heavy week for women of color. And I just want to acknowledge that, and if anything you would like to say.
Yeah, it's been really heavy, and I want to publicly thank you for reaching out. You know, Janice, she privately reached out to me, and I think that's something that's really important, and I feel that's missing sometimes with people because we have a lot of friends from different walks of life. I feel like that's a necessary thing to do if you do have friends that are African American, Black, Brown, whatever. Like even, just reaching out and saying hi. It's not even about a white or a Black thing because people um, are all like going through these motions. And I think we have to talk about it and share how we feel and just check in with one another. It's a really important thing to do to show care and compassion for one another is so important. For me, this is, it's a little overwhelming because I don't, I've been doing a Facebook Live in the midst of the pandemic when things was hot with a colleague of mine, and it comes like full circle where we do feel like there's some victory but sort of kind of not, and then this happened. This young woman being shot, with 16-year-old girl as well, so it's just a lot to unpack
Hmm.
in a week and still moving forward. So I definitely I'm happy that we're kind of touching on what's going on before we go into our conversation because it's a lot. It's a lot, right?
It is a lot. It is a lot. And yes, to acknowledge it. And yes, thank you. I did want to reach out, and I encourage other women that I hear a lot of women, white women saying, I don't know what to say, or, you know, saying nothing doesn't help either. So like you said, just reach out. And that's what I did to you. I wasn't sure. My gut was like, my gut told me, reach out to Amina and check in and just ask how she's feeling and if she wanted to continue our conversation or not.
Right.
So I
Right.
just followed a gut instead of judging or thinking or rethinking about it. So I'm really like sending that out, and thanks for saying that to all women, but white women in particular. If you have women of color in your life, reach out and just say, hey, do you need a soundboard? Do you need to vent? You just, I'm here for you, you
Right.
know?
It's I'm a little choking up for words because we live in this time where you have to be so politically correct and be mindful of the things that you're saying with your viewers. You don't want things to be misconstrued. But like I had this conversation before, actually did a another webinar or live, if you will, talk with Alyssa Peak from Peak Photography as well. And I feel like we throw the word of friend out very wildly and say like, oh, I have a friend, a colleague, or someone. And I said, like, do you really know this person? Do you know their day to day? Do you know what they're going through and their struggles and what's in their mind? Then you may not have a friend, right? It might just be someone you know. You have to go deeper as, a white person, or, and really try to have compassion and see if you can walk a mile in my shoe one day, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all human and we have all of the same problems. Imagine like I still have the same issues you have, marital, work related,
Motherhood. I know you have a little one, right? Yeah.
challenges already, being a woman, and then throw in all of this race tension and having that fear for your kids or your loved one or a cousin. And I think Chris Cuomo said it, is sad and it's hurtful and it might seem a little crazy, but until people start, mass majority, specifically white people, start feeling that feeling of fear of being pulled over, or fear of getting a phone call that your child may have been shot in the street, or husband, or whatever, that's when we're really gonna wake up and see they're bad people, right? People in general do mess up things, no matter what race. People do bad things, but especially now, I feel individuals that sign up for a job to protect and serve should have the proper resources to do so. I have people in my family that are of law enforcement. I'm sure we all know someone or have someone that's a military or something like that, that's in some type of, law enforcement. And we appreciate them and commend them. It's a very hard job. I've walked both lines because I've been in a relationship with an individual that is a New York City police officer, right? And it's that fear of, oh, are you going to get the call that your loved one, got killed on the job? But we have to, like, we're all human. And I think that's what a lot of us is missing in this Western world, especially. We all want the same things, right? That's it. If I have a question that I wanted to ask, I was like, would you give up some of your white privileges to be me, right? Or would you want to be me one day? And if the answer is no, then there's a problem, right? Because my blood is red. If you say hurtful things, my feelings are going to get hurt. If something happens to my love, but if you don't want to walk a mile in my shoe, then that there's a problem.
100%. That's exactly, and I love that question because I heard that and I was like, my instinct, and I'm 100% honest, is, oh, because I know the racism. I know, not all, I know challenges because my husband tells me my husband is a black man. When you talk about friends, I actually have women of color who I am friends with. Beyond Small Talk is a very diverse community. Since I started in coaching and seeking out personal growth and development, I sought out to have diversity. I did not want to sit with people that look like me, from my background. So 15 years ago, I sat in a circle of women when I was the only white woman, and I was thrilled. Like I learned.
Right.
There's still a lot of growth. I admit, a lot of growth for me as well. And why I reached out and thought that we can continue the conversation was because joy still matters. Like, to have some topic or something that you really want to talk about or feel joy around. And I'm sure you feel joy around beauty. I mean, you live it, do it, and you do such an awesome job. I saw your eyebrow and your lip. And like, how fun is that it still matters, that while it could be such a heavy week and just feel so much, I still want to have joy. And I want everyone else to joy. And you're right, we all bleed blood. You're a mom, I'm a mom, right? Mothers must unite and feel the same thing about their
Yeah.
child and their daughters and the same concerns, regardless. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so I'm happy we touched base on this. I don't
Me
want people
too.
on here having this conversation about beauty and all things sparkly and pretty, which is my lane. I like to stay in my lane, right? Um, but I also too started a project. It's still on the rocks because of situations like this, with a photographer colleague of mine and friend. It's called the Culture Project, and I for me, I'm like, what can I do? What can I do in my lane of beauty and wellness and empowerment and all of those things that some people may not think is important, and shed light and share something. So that's coming. I can't talk too much about it, but we have some people participating in it, and when it is come to life, I would love to come back on and share with your viewers and as well, and share it with you, and also to actually see if I can have you be a part of it, because you are a woman with a mixed biracial marriage daughter, so I think that will be important as well. As far as like beauty
Thank
related,
you.
I work with everyone. I've worked with every skin tone, every age range, literally every woman, even men I've worked with. So for me, the level of beauty and racism or colorism and all of those things go a little deeper, because I truly have that passion and love for everyone. I'm not the makeup artist or beauty professional that's just like, I only know how to do my hair, girl, or I can only do my skin. And I think that also too goes deep, but I'll let you ask
Well, let's get into some beauty questions. So, first, well, yeah, oh my God, there's so many things I want to talk about. But first, like, what does beauty mean to you? And what do you emulate for your daughter? I'm sure she sees what's going on. How old is she? She look cute, like 6?
5. She's 5.
5.
Yeah, 7 or something, but she's 5. Um, beauty for me is beyond the cosmetics, right? At this point, even though it started there, I was introduced to the beauty industry by my mother, really. She did bridal, and she inspired me to where I am right now. She was always this very aggressive boss babe type of person, entrepreneur. She and my father, to be exact, they were entrepreneurs. I don't know if you hear an accent or not. I was born in Trinidad. I'm an island girl.
Little. Yes, yes.
I was born in Trinidad, and we migrated to the U.S. when I was about like 11 or 12. But anyway, I'm the last of 3. And with that being said, my mom kind of had me around. I guess after you have your first, you made your first mistake, second, third, and I'm the second. So at this point, too, she was an entrepreneur and, calling her own shots, so she could carry me around and I can be around with her. So I started going on like weddings, or like I remember vaguely seeing beautiful brides getting their hair done with big rollers, and my mom putting lipstick. And specifically, my mom used to wear gold lipstick, gold and red, like shimmer lipstick. And I remember at a very young age, probably like 5 or 6, wanting to kiss my mom so that, hi Kyla, hi Jojo, to get the transfer, her lipstick to transfer on my lip. I'm like, mommy kissy, right? So those are some of my first things. And I was like, oh, it's so pretty. What beauty means to me is really allowing your natural God-given beauty to shine beyond what we see behind closed doors, if you will, right?
I love that. So it's like example, okay, so I'm very into eyebrows. It's like my obsession. And I met a makeup artist who told me this was her tip. Sisters, not twins, right? So like your face is not identical, right? With this side and this side, they're not identical, right? So don't like force it. So I like what you're saying is like, don't force your natural beauty, maybe enhance it. So do you have any tips? I mean, I'm over 40. So do you have any tips for, I don't know, how to enhance one's beauty over 40?
Well, right, and I want to, we use the word perfect a lot in this world. I use it sometimes, and I have to be mindful of, saying, oh, you look perfect, you look perfect, and the same reference to the eyebrows thing. Perfection is boring, right? We can achieve, like, there's no such thing as perfect. Certain things are going to be a little off by like a minuscule, like a percentage of dot or whatever. So not get stuck on those little dots. At the end of the day, it's like, I don't know if you've heard, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Mm-hmm.
So what's beautiful for me may not be beautiful for you. And I encourage people to do what's beautiful for them and not feel intimidated by what's going on in popular culture, right? And I think that's why a lot of women, especially over 40, what I've found, at least the ones who aren't big into beauty or the ones who are, we're always like running this kind of rat race to keep up with what's going on. You have to have a base and a foundation of knowing what's for you, like knowing your face. I feel women should really take the time to just challenge and identify what do you love. Like, you have strong features, you have beautiful eyes, like you have a great lid space. For me, my envy goes like beyond, like I'll be like, oh, I wish I have your eyelid. Like, who says that, right? Or
but I look like that too. And the thing is, I can relate with mothers is because my mom has always been heavy into makeup, and she would sit at the kitchen table with her makeup mirror, which is now like that 8 times. So she bought me one, and if you ever looked at yourself like 8 times up, it gets a lot, right? And you could find all those nuances. So a lot of times I just have to close that. I said, okay, no one is looking at me 8 times magnification. That's ridiculous. But I took the same thing from her.
Just your daughter and your husband like get to see you that
close. Oh, my daughter does. Like, I wanted to take a picture of how close she looks at me and talks to me like this. Like, literally, she likes my eyelashes, so now she puts her eye against my eye to like rub eyelashes.
You guys do that? We do that. Okay, so
you do, and she goes wink, 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 wink. Yeah.
Well, I don't have long eyelashes. My husband does, so my daughter got his long eyelashes, and that was a thing that he did with our son, my stepson. Like, they all have long eyelashes, and they would like bat their lashes together. But anyway, she started doing that with me, and oh, that's so funny that you do that. All right, I thought that was.
You felt like weird. Like, when she first did it, I was like, this is weird. I've never had someone so in my eye. I mean, like that.
But for advice over 40, I think my top thing, if it wasn't clear, would be true to you. Number one beauty tip. Be true to you. And if there's something that's bothering you or you don't like, or fix it. Beauty and cosmetics is temporary. There are permanent solutions now, but it's a temporary fix. And for me, it's supposed to be fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. Have fun and play. And then you're going to learn what you like and what you don't like. And it's the same thing we do as moms with our kids. Like, if you haven't tried something, how do you know you don't like it? as far as a beauty trend or something, yeah, great. Try a trend. Don't knock it until you try it and then be like, yeah, nah, that's not for me. But my biggest thing for women over 40, and as we age, our skin gets dry and all of that. So it would really, really be hydration, right? Using products that have hyaluronic acid, using night creams. Tone that skin.
Under.
Tone your skin. Tone your
Yes,
skin.
I'm a fanatic about it. I have a roller. I roll. I do a lot of just what you're saying, and it is the older I've gotten, it's just the hydration. Like it's just like sucking it dry, especially in the winter, like all the time. Um, oh my God, those are so good. So yes, I tell people under eye. They should
Yeah,
start early. Shouldn't everybody start under eye? I tell all the 25-year-old millennials I work with, what under eye cream are you using?
start in your 20s. Start in your 20s. One of my biggest, do I have it? Like, for me, is sunblock too. Like, if you get a great
Mm,
SPF, um, if you get a great SPF, like you will see the difference, right? Like, you may be struggling with figuring out what serum, what eye cream, blah, blah, blah. Get yourself a good night cream, like a basic 3-set system, tone, cleanse, moisturize type of vibe, and slowly but surely build up to an eye cream, build up to some type of serum or treatment. So because serums and things like that, those are treatments, right? But really focus on your skin. And when your skin is at its healthiest and you feel beautiful without the makeup, honey, imagine
mm.
when you start going with some like added stuff. Like no one can stop you, right? Like if your skin, if you feel good naked with bare skin, no foundation, no nothing, just a moisturizer, and a good SPF will give you some glow as well, right? I'm gonna try.
Mm,
I love this one. I'm gonna show you guys like the difference of probably, I don't know if you can see.
mhm.
And an SPF that won't show white or give cast. Like some people get nervous when they're like, "You're putting SPF on me right before you do my makeup." Oh no, I'm scared. If that has too much zinc, it will.
I do see a little glow. Yeah. That's nice. That's what I like. Just like I really am into that dewy, natural like glow. That looks so pretty.
And this specific one, you know, it's a SPF 50 and it's called de-aging, right? It's meant for, because we get age spots and fine lines and wrinkles, and all of that is from like the sun and environmental, what do you call it?
Yeah,
Um,
just the environment pollution. Yeah, like
that
pollutions.
affects our skin. So we want to make sure that all the damage we're doing between food and lights and sun and exposure, that we're kind of like putting back into. That's why we use like fabric softener, because the detergents and stuff makes the clothes hard and dry and it dull and
Mm.
thin. And you put fabric softener back into your wash so that your clothes comes out feeling soft and hydrated and it lasts longer. So it's the same thing you kind of want to do with your beauty routine, and then now moving into makeup.
Oh, that's awesome. Start with like cleanse the palette. Have like the foundation to do that. I like that. And also, I've noticed drinking more water. I've been on this 100 ounces a day kick, which has helped with my skin. However, I've been having some challenges with the mask. I'm sure everyone's been wearing all their mask, and I have cloth, and I have had some breakouts from it.
Making sure you're cleansing, making sure you're exfoliating. I find a lot of people don't exfoliate, right?
Hmm.
They just use the cleanser with their hands. Like you need to have a mechanical exfoliator, maybe be a scrub, or even if you're using a washcloth specifically for your face or some type of scrub or something like that, that's gonna circulate, like promote healthy circulation to your skin. That's going to aid in plumpness. Also to like drinking a collagen. I'm big on collagen. Like I'll pop this in actually. Like I drink, or I literally just take this, um drink a liquid collagen. All collagens are made the same, honestly, but as we age we lose collagen. That's something that we can't like replenish. And so I find, I tell a lot of people, and also to what I do for my business, like my body aches a lot, and bone health and all of that. So collagen and omegas and fatty acids. And I know this is a beauty thing, and here I'm talking wellness, but what
It
you
goes hand in hand. Yeah.
what you put in your body is actually going to help your skin, help your how you feel. And beauty, as much as it's a visual thing right away, is also it works on your subconscious, right? So that's really what it is for me. Like, I find a lot of people will say, oh, I don't wear makeup, or I don't do this, or I don't do that, but it's just, you don't know what you don't know. So if that helps.
Yeah, no, totally, because like even I got my hair done yesterday, so like a fresh cut and color, it just makes you feel like $1,000,000, you know? When I get sometimes my eyebrows done, or again, I haven't been, well, COVID, whatever, many facials or things like that, but doing a lot of at-home things now for myself, and it's also, a part of self-care. I purposely do a mask on a Saturday, because you're right, the skin is one of my most, like, it's your biggest organ, right? And like, you should not neglect your skin.
Yeah. If you
Um,
take care of your skin, your makeup is going to be 10
mm,
times better. I tell it, and easier to apply, and like, you won't have some of these problems. Um, you know, you're my number one product besides skincare stuff, right? So like, my stuff is skincare, and be mindful of what you eat, because when you get older, we lose a lot of things that keep people youthful. And what is youthful? Anything that's like glowing, and you want to stay away from too much matte products. You want to
mm.
have a mixture of things that would allow your skin to look healthy and natural. So, using the oils and all of those things, but a primer. If you're
Oh,
concerned up, and what I find, like, not staying or running, using, of course, a gel eyeliner, waterproof gel eyeliner, waterproof mascaras as we age, and just in general, to get things to stay put, and using a primer. That is the number one pro tip overall. A primer will change your life. And especially when you get to 40. When you're, 17, 18, 20s, 30s, your skin kind of works a little different, and makeup means something a little different for you at that time as well. So you can get away with wearing makeup without a primer. But if you want it to last, it creates that nice even tone of your skin and texture, right? Because as we age, we start to see a lot more textures, and so a primer will hide a lot of fine lines and wrinkles that you had, and just make your face look so smooth. It's going to take your skin from looking like an orange to looking like an apple.
mm.
That's what a primer is going to do. But the crappiest foundation, a good primer will do that as well, right? So really invest in trying a few different primers, and see what you like.
Do you have any of your top picks, like top
And you
few?
have primers that are silicone based. You have primers that are
Hmm.
moisturizing based. You have dewy primers. You have mattifying primer,
Oh.
right? So I have my favorite primer. It's actually this one right here, Complexion Perfection, by Motives primer. But I also too have used Milani Quench primer. I've also used so I have a Makeup Forever primer. I have like 4 specific primers that I love, but this is my overall. As you see, the tube is really empty. Overall, the
Yeah.
other ones are spot primers, right? So if you're a combination skin like myself, sometimes I'll just go in for one primer, but other times I will go in with a mattifying primer around the nose, T-zone area, and then I will put my other primer, my Complexion Perfection primer, all over my face, to make sure, because I am combination and my skin, my nose, T-zone area gets oilier first. I want to make sure I use something that's gonna combat the oil throughout the day.
I didn't even think of that, to use 2 different ones, and how important a primer is. 'Cause you're setting the foundation of the whole, like your whole piece, your whole work. I think of it as like art. Like a
It
lot
is.
of times when I do eyeshadow and things like that, my mom taught me how to do eyeshadow, and I still do it the same way. You know, like I started wearing makeup quite early. She allowed me to do it because it was just a form of expression, and I really enjoyed the creative aspect of it. And now, I mean, I was probably like 13 or 14, and now 20 years later, I'm still doing exactly what you taught me. And I like your example of like, just have fun with makeup. Like, just try something new, especially in my 40s. If I see a trend, I might try it and feel it out and see what it's like. And I'll look and I'm like, yay or nay. But at least try it. Like, just see how it feels. Like, what harm is it going to cause, right? That's
Yeah.
an awesome. Okay, so primer's your number one tip out of everything. Next is skincare. SPF. That's a good one. Everyone must use SPF. Water intake, what you eat, collagen. If you're over 40, I just started collagen about 2 months ago. I don't know why I waited so long at 45, and I'm starting to see the difference. And a night cream with retinol.
Yes. You know,
Um,
hyaluronic acid, retinol is not great for everyone. You have to be careful
right.
if you have sensitive skin and things like that. But there are a few products out there that have time release retinol so that you're not getting a 1-2 punch right away when you put it on, that it's gentler on the skin, but you're still getting the same benefits. So I definitely do recommend that. I mean, with COVID, like with COVID and quarantine, I think a lot of people have realized how important makeup is, and it's not just this frivolous, vain thing. Um, it's a reflection of who you are. It's an expressive tool, right? Like I put a thing in my hair. Some people might be like, oh, that's so childish or whatever. But that's how I was feeling. I was feeling like color and butterflies, spring. A lot of things happening. And we can use our hair and our makeup and accessories to uplift our spirits and how we feel. And who's to say no or why not? Like the makeup cosmetics have been around since BC, right? With women using coal to line their eyeliners, Jezebel painted her eyelids. Like, who are we now in modern world to say we're not wearing makeup? If they're doing it way back when, hey, there must be some impactfulness or with makeup and what it does, right? Makeup can literally transform you, or from one thing you have the FX and all of that, and then we have the beauty, just the everyday things to do to enhance what you love and deflect and hide what you don't love, right? So that's really my mission, and is really to empower women through beauty. Like, get your strength. Like, I have my things. We all have our qualms and we're our worst critics and things that we don't like about ourselves, and we nitpick so much about the stupidest things. And sometimes what we don't like, other people find so amazingly beautiful, right? So when I have a new client in my chair, or when I see someone, I always compliment what I see, because I started my career from art, not from, I studied fine art, right? So appreciating a very round eye, like your eyes, you have natural doe eyes, right? Complimenting someone's lip or their nose shape, or your hair, the thickness or the fineness or the color or the shine or whatever. My job as a beauty professional is not to toot your horn really for that 1 minute, but is to really drive in that time that I'm with you. I'm almost like a reminder of how beautiful you are. Unfortunately, on the harder side of things, we live in a world where people judge you based on what you look like. Let's be real. If you look like bed, you probably won't command that respect and attention that you're looking for, unless that's what you, right?
Unless that's what you want.
If you're and how important makeup is. Like, there won't be movies, we wouldn't be able to change characters, there wouldn't be a lot of things that we enjoy right now for entertainment if hair and makeup wasn't involved. So I really also to challenge, people to really respect beauty professionals, because I think sometimes too we get this rap of like we're doing a job that's like not important. We're very important.
100%. And oh my God, these are such wonderful tips and tools. And I'm taking them in because my first step is a primer. So thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. And the message again is around everybody, from what I'm hearing, is enhance what you have. Look in the mirror. I challenge everyone listening to Beyond Small Talk to really just look at yourself in the mirror and point out the things that you love. Because we're really good at thinking about what sucks. And what you said, beauty is in the eye of the whole. Why can I speak? Beauty is in the eye of the holder.
And we have to be careful with the people that are giving us advice too, because they low key just hate beauty. Throwing shade or be giving great advice, and you have to say thank you for that advice, but I still like what I like. Move on, right?
Yeah.
I have my opinion on like permanent. I don't recommend people doing permanent. That's in that industry. If you're doing it in a natural way and you're 100% sure, but us as human, we change our minds. We really do. We change and things happen. And I could understand if you have like some freak accident or something and you cannot get back like your hair or something to do cosmetic surgery as far as eyeliner and brows and things like that. But I don't recommend, especially people at 20s to 40s, to do that. Like, really make sure that that's what you want to do, because once you start going down that route, it's a lot of maintenance as well. So invest the time on healthy wellness, right? Walking,
healthy habits now. Like, invest it now. Like, who's listening and you're in your 20s, do it now, right? 20s and 30s, because by the time you're 40 like me, there's like things I forgot. I've been using lotion, creams and everything. I forgot my neck down. I forgot my neck. And I tell people, don't forget your neck. Like, it also needs. What do I do?
So you want to drain. I always get called a bobblehead because my body type and shape, my neck is a little smaller than, but anyway, I joke. I'm like, yeah, joking. But when I get older, I'll have a really nice neck. Because my bones are very defined, my collarbones, they stick out a lot. Let me lose 10 pounds. I'll look like, what's going on, girl? But anyway, you want to, with your moisturizer right now, but have a face roller. I always recommend those, a vibrating one, a pulling tool. And even if you don't have that, these are your tools. These are your God-given tools here first. But other tools are manufactured because we want to make sure that we're getting the same pressure throughout the face, and we're not perfect. So we tend to do things a little off. But when you're putting on your face cream in the morning or whatever, pull it up. Things fall down, gravity, and stop at your ear and rub it, and then bring it back down. Give yourself a rub and drain it out. Drain it. I know I'm going, that's okay, because I'm draining any puffiness and lymphatic fluids that's in my face that a lot of people get under eye puffiness. You massage your eyes and you pull and you rub, right? Let me come in a little. You do this motion with your eye creams and stuff, and you also to pull your forehead so that you won't get those expressive lines. Yeah, they're there, but I don't have to do Botox or anything like that. But you want to make sure you massage, you go up and you stretch the skin, and you don't just only go in one motion, because if you want to do different motions, like pushing it up and things like that, and really just massaging your skin at night, in the morning, however fast you can every day, you're really gonna see your skin loving you back when you do that.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my God, now I'm gonna start doing that. And with my tools, and you're set with your hands too. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Pause and like using your knuckles.
Yeah.
give yourself that lift is very helpful.
I want that. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God, this was such an awesome conversation, and I know everyone in the Beyond Small Talk community will start taking your tips and tools, and we can find you at your Amina Styles underscore NYC and your website.
Yes, it's aminastyles.com. So it's www.aminastyles.com. You can email me at aminastyles under aminastyles@gmail.com. I have so many things that I wanted to talk about, but we did touch on some other important things earlier. So if you guys want more tips, I actually do have freebie. I guess you will. How are we going to? Wanted to like give this guide out for it. I was looking.
Yeah, so I'll include the guide in the. Can you tell us the name of the guide? You sent me a few really great stuff.
I have like my top beauty product recommendations for every woman over 40 and beyond, or younger, right? These are just general overall tips as far as like my best like eyebrow stuff, my creams and cleansers, to a bronzer, right? And I think what a lot of people also too are kind of afraid of makeup and beauty because they get overwhelmed with
Yeah,
thinking
there's
that
lots of choices.
products, a lot of choices. So I've just, curated some of my top products, beauty and wellness, that will help you look and feel younger. If your goal is like, and age management, and to step into aging gracefully, you want to just have a great routine and things that's simple, making sure you're using like cream blushers, right? Like that was a little tip that I wanted to get, and having a bronzer. So I really do think too, they'll say the eyes are the windows to the soul. My big things are lips as well, but with the mask is not realistic all the time. But like for right now, how we're doing, your lips are popping. Like there's this great balance from your eyes to your lip. Um, so it's really important to like just play on those things and think about, if you have bold eyes shadow and things like that happening, do you need a bold lip? Where are you going? Just remember there's a time and a place for everything. And if you tried it and it's a little too much, don't get beat up about it. Like you just had fun, and you can just wipe it off with a makeup wipe, and life will go on and everything will be okay. Like don't lose your head over it.
Yes, everything will be okay if you put on too much makeup or not enough, or it's all okay. And also, you could wipe some off. It's really easy. Sometimes I do that too, and I'm like, wow, I just had a whole makeup day on. But thank you.
We love our brow.
Yeah, my brows. It was funny the other day I was doing my brows. I pencil and I, kind of draw them in. And I only did one and I walked out because I had to do something. And my husband stopped me and was like, I've never seen one and not the other done. And he was like, oh my God,
It's a
it
big
just
difference.
blew his mind. Yeah,
Yeah,
it just blew his mind.
face, like it's so important to frame your face as any age that
Yeah.
you, but especially as you get older and stuff, like we lose that definition and crispness and plumpness of the skin, if you will. So making sure, and as we get older, our eyebrows get really sparse and our eyelashes get sparse and stuff like that. So don't be like, oh, I got a pencil in my eyebrow at 50 or 60. Yeah, you kind of do. Um, because what it
Yeah.
does, it really is gonna bring much needed and positive attention and just symmetry a little bit, and definition. The key to makeup is all about definition and contrast, and playing with colors and things, like popping the skin and allowing it to glow and just look naturally. The goal with makeup is to look like if you woke up like this kind of vibe, even though everyone knows you makeup, but it's not like in
Yeah,
drip, like, is she wearing blush? Like, let them wonder, right? As far as
that's
beauty,
a good one.
makeup
Yeah.
is like, is she wearing a lip gloss or a lipstick or whatever? Unless you intend on like, I'm gonna pop this red lipstick, yeah, that's cool. But make sure your base, make sure your foundation is good, and everything else is like cherry on top. Great complexion, a bronzer, and some mascara with your brows. You're good to go.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for ending that way. That was perfect. Just a tip, then there's no excuses, everyone. You can have perfect, no, take away perfect. You can have beautiful complexions for you, right? Think about all the tips. And if you want to listen to this over again, and I highly recommend, you can go to Apple Pod, Spotify, Audible, YouTube, or on it all. And I'll share that all with you tomorrow. Also for Amina's guide, I'm going to put that info on this IG Live and also on the pods. And you must go to her website, follow her, join a list, follow her on IG. And if you ever have any questions or need maybe some makeup done, reach out to Amina. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This has been great. I really do appreciate it. And thank you all for tuning in and watching us live. Even if you're on the replay, drop a heart. And Janice, I'm sorry, Jackie. I'm like Janice.
That's okay.
You've been great. You've been great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for our earlier conversation. It meant a whole lot. Thank you, everyone. Beyond Small Talk live every Thursday at 4 o'clock right here, or check us out on the pods. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.